Welcome to episode 364 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton, and as always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
Hello again.
We're past all the holidays.
Yep, finally.
We're past all the specialty episodes.
Those were fun, though.
You got like a creepy, I'm about to get murdered chair.
Who does?
You. The wood made like a groan, like somebody's creeping up behind you.
I don't think that was me. I think that might have been producer Gerald.
Could be. Welcome to the show, producer Gerald. Not mic'd up this week.
I don't have a wooden chair.
Somebody's about to get murdered. Oh, it is producer Gerald. He's about to get murdered.
Told you. Why are you blaming me?
I didn't want you to get piano wired on camera like this.
Maybe that's what I was going for. Did you ever think of that?
What a way to go. No idea who's back there.
Nope. You could tell me real quick while I was...
What if I don't know him, though? I'd be like, that's all I get out.
Just see two hands come around with a piece of piano wire.
I'll just scream that it's Hitman. There's no, once they get the piano wire on, you're not going to be able to grab it. People always grasp at it. You can't get it.
No, not unless you want to hurt your hands. And even then, there's no promises.
And what you have to do is you just have to hope to punch the person behind you. You got to reach over and punch them.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get any power like that.
Well, the way I'm sitting right now, I could probably just knee him in the nuts or give him a Charlie horse in the leg or something. Or not knee him in the nuts, elbow him in the nuts.
You're assuming that you'll be murdered by a guy, too.
You know what? If you get hit in the crotch, doesn't matter. It hurts.
I think the move, because you're in a chair, they piano wire you, I think the move is you push back into them, hoping that you fall to the ground with a chair. Because if you fall backwards, it would pull the piano wire off.
Except for that wouldn't happen because I have another chair behind this chair that it would catch on.
What if you hit your head on that chair and that's what kills you?
Well, it's a recliner, so it's soft.
This show got dark right off the bat.
I know, we're talking about murder.
Yep, that's because Gerald's got the creepy ghost enchanted chair over there.
I know.
It sounded like I know you guys can't hear it. It sounded like a creaky door. Yeah.
That made for great listening right there, let me tell you.
I think that'll play good. I bet people rewind 15 seconds to hear that. You still call it rewind when you're talking about an audio show like that, or you just skip back? What do people call that?
I would still call it a rewind.
Mm-hmm.
I still call it rewind because you're still going backwards in whatever you're watching / seeing. So,
we're from a time where you do rewind. That's not a thing anymore for the kids.
Rewinding?
Yeah, they've never had the opportunity to rewind something.
No. They've never had the opportunity to rewind a cassette tape with a pencil. Any of that.
They miss the joys of a VHS rewinder, which I think is the best rewinder because it was so aggressive with its rewinding.
It was super aggressive.
The squeaky chair song. I don't know what that is, but
what's really messed up is that your VCR could rewind the tape.
Not at the rate that this fantastic contraption could.
I get that, but
I'll tell you, in my household, the need for the rewinder was that I wanted to go ahead and start watching another movie.
So, like the same movie?
No, a different one. I didn't want to wait for it to rewind. I wanted to pop one in and go put that one in the rewinder.
No, I was always pretty patient with my movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rewait and rewind and all that.
Look at those rewinders that are shaped like cars. It's super unnecessary.
Yep. That Lambo rewinder.
We had a VCR that actually had a separate rewinder on the top of it built in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a classy model, I think.
Did you have one of those dual VHSs?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's ultimately necessary.
For sure. That's a lot of hardware, too.
I think it was big.
Yeah. Can you still go to the store and buy a VHS player?
I don't think so, no. I think you can only get them online. I have one. I actually have it hooked up.
You have it hooked up?
Yeah, because I watched I have the original trilogy on VHS of Star Wars, which is not the special editions. So it's the actual original ones. And I watched those. Because
it's probably been 10 years since I've held a VHS, if not longer.
Really? Oh, no, I have one.
I own, I think, one VHS. It is a Toys R Us did a. I think you got, if you pre-ordered a game or bought a game, something, you got a VHS with like a preview on it for Donkey Kong Country or something. That is like the only VHS I own.
Huh.
I can't really remember what's on it. It's something to do with Donkey Kong, though. Maybe it came from Blockbuster. I thought it was Toys R Us, but I have that.
Interesting.
Yeah, what are these? Did you search for Donkey Kong VHS?
Game & Watch multi-screen. I don't think that's it.
No, it's funny when... There it is, that green one right there. I have that. What is that? Enter the Jungle, November 21st. Can you zoom in the top right hand? Does it say something that's worth... I can't see what that says.
Me either.
Anyways, I have that tape there. I have it in pretty good shape, too.
What is that? Donkey Kong Country Exposed, it says?
I don't know. Yeah, Exposed.
Exposed.
It's a picture of a box, too. You can't put Exposed with a picture of a box anymore. Not in 2020, you can't. Whoa. I'm going to leave that in for a little more audio pleasure for the listeners.
Oh, sorry, everybody. Yeah, that'll go good with the creaks.
Yeah, the creaks and then the aggressive sneeze.
I was trying to hold it in. It didn't go well. Yeah, I think that's why it came out with such, gusto.
I've probably had that tape for 10 years.
That long?
Yeah, probably.
No, that can't be possible.
Yeah, I bet it is.
I bet it's older than that.
It just has a... I've probably had it for 10 years. It is older than that.
Okay, I got it.
I picked it up for almost nothing. What do you think the value is on that VHS? Plus or minus $5.
I have no idea.
See if you can find one of those for sale on like the eBay marketplace.
Please do.
$10.
Wait a minute, that one says 80. Oh, that's unopened though.
I believe that mine is open.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, that one's open.
He's got it open right there.
It's just it says release promotional videotape. There's one that's right beside it though that was at $9.99 though. See,
like it's $4.99.
Yeah, I probably paid less than $5. I think I paid a couple bucks. Yeah, there you go.
Huh?
Does it say super rare? No,
not on that one.
I like when you see something that's like super rare and they started at $2.
Yeah, it's like no, it's not.
You're right. It's like your price is telling me something different.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've started out with a creaky chair noise. You aggressively blew out everybody's eardrums. And now we've reflected on a VHS that I own. If you gave me 1 hour and offered me $1 million to find that in 1 hour, I wouldn't be able to succeed.
No, you don't know where it's at?
But I have it. It exists. It could be anywhere.
I have a lot of stuff like that.
That's just in a box somewhere.
That sounds a lot like my hopes and dreams.
It exists. It's hard as shit to find. That took another turn. Welcome to 2020, folks.
I got some darkness going on today, huh?
Yeah. This is our first show in the new year.
In the new decade.
Yep, the new decade.
Depending on which assholes you ask about the decade.
Did you look into the controversy?
I don't care about it. I've decided I have my way, and this is it.
It's a new decade. Most people, I'd say 85 to 90% of the people are in agreement that the new decade has started, but there's a small group of assholes out there.
Yep.
So, I keep seeing a lot of Dateline jokes for the 2020.
Oh, yeah.
I could do without that.
They got Sherry O'Terry who used to be on Saturday Night Live and played Barbara Walters.
I could do without
like back in the 90s.
I could do without the 2020 jokes. I get it.
Yeah, they had her on for the 2020 jokes on one of them.
Yeah, I get it. We're good, probably.
I don't care if we're not. I've decided.
Yeah, it's probably enough.
That's what I'm concerned with.
It's probably enough.
New decade. A lot of darkness going on this year already.
Yeah, I'll try to bring it back around.
We got the creaky murder chair.
Murder chair 2020.
We got me sneezing my brains out.
Yeah.
And then we've got my hopes and dreams are in a bin somewhere.
Yeah. I think what we're doing is probably just picking up where we left off in 2019.
Yeah.
I think it's probably what's happening.
My New Year's resolution is to change absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So far, so good, right?
Yep.
On a positive note, shout out to the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, yeah.
They won last night.
Way to fuck Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Pardon my language. But I hate that guy.
Yeah, we had a conversation last night. You do hate Bill Belichick, and you made it clear.
I do not like that. I've never liked that guy. I still do not like that guy. And I think it's perfect that his own fucking trick got turned against him.
Yeah, he's a different gentleman. I used to really hate him, but then I've watched enough of his press conferences that I find him actually pretty funny now.
Do you?
That he's such an asshole that I think he's funny.
No.
Do you think it's an act?
No, I think it's him.
Yeah.
I think it's him. And I think that if I saw him getting beat up on a dark alley, I would just watch.
Really?
I think so. I don't think I'd save him.
That's the darkest thing you said. Not that you'd walk off, but that you'd watch. They got him on a box of Cheeties.
I'm in a mood today.
You see that? It's a box of Cheeties.
You'll have to excuse me. Yeah, a box of Cheeties.
It's like Wheaties, but Cheeties. You guys get it?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's young Bill Belichick there.
Yeah.
That's like Will Belichick. Still going by William.
He wasn't any better of a person then.
Wow. I don't know him personally.
I've decided. I'm just assuming. You don't just turn into that big of an asshole. You've got that in you.
That meme says we've investigated ourselves and we found we did nothing wrong.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You ever see one of those ads on TV when they're selling something to be like a juicer? And it'll say like #1 rated magazine by Juicer Monthly, and I'm like, that's not a thing.
That's not even a real magazine.
There's no way that's a thing. You just made that up, or it is a thing that they made up and released one issue of.
Oh, what I don't ever understand is like with movies when, like, if you read reviews, like pretty much everybody universally hates it, but then in their ads they've got like J.P. Smiley says the movie of the year. You know, they just make people up.
John Smith. You're like, you're not even trying right now.
Right.
Jane Doe, brilliant.
So-and-so of the Toledo Tribune.
I like when it's like, it'll say like, Joan S., brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm like, that clearly could have said a brilliant piece of shit.
Uh-huh.
You just chose to use brilliant.
Brilliant garbage.
Yeah. Brilliant dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything's marketing is sneaky.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, tighten up. That's where I was going with that, right? Yeah, that's the good catchphrase too.
Tighten up.
Yeah, I like that. I think it sticks with you. So
that's right.
Maybe they'll not get blown out next week.
Tighten up.
They play on Saturday next week in case you guys want to support them. 7:15 Central Standard Time, 8:15 Eastern.
I feel like next week's the end of the line for them, but
you're probably right. But you never know. A lot of people thought that this week.
That's true.
So, look, there was a Tighten Up commercial cleaning. We gave them a shout out by accident. That's sneaky what they did there. I like that too. All right, new show, new year, same host.
Yep, all the same. All that's the same.
I'm here, you're here, Gerald's here. We're still the same show. I just want to be clear on that. I know the last 2 weeks have been a little funky. We did something different. Also, I want to apologize for last week's audio. It's a long story that's not really worth telling. But let's just say that actually there's no human at fault at what happened.
Mm.
So If you found that hard to listen to, then delete it and listen to this week's episode, which I think is fine to listen to.
I do too.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I've got pretty high hopes at this point.
You've been all positive thus far, so why not keep it rolling, right?
They're in a bin somewhere.
Yeah. Like a bargain bin?
No, it's another hope. It goes with my hopes and dreams.
Oh.
In the bin that I can't find.
Right.
I got them locked away somewhere. I can't find them. I don't remember which box I put them in, so...
Isn't it weird, like, as a person, I know you do this because everyone does this, you put something somewhere you know you'll remember it.
And then you forget it.
And then you forget it. Because you put it somewhere weird.
Right.
You're like, I'll put this on top of the refrigerator, that way I can't forget it. Like, I've never put anything there my entire life.
So why would I do that?
Right, so I'll never look there for it. Because that's a psychopath place for me to put that.
Unless it's like something secret that you're, like, don't want someone else to see, or... I don't know, you got kids at your house or coming over to your house and you don't want them to find it, so...
Do you have a stash? You have a secret hiding spot?
No, I don't have things out that kids can't touch. And if they do, I just say, hey, kids, stop touching that.
Yeah.
So.
Producer Gerald, do you have a hiding spot? I knew it. I knew he was going to say yes. I just had a feeling. I don't have a hiding spot. Well, I do. He's saying he's got a hiding spot for his important documents. I have a safe that I keep those in.
Me too.
But I don't have a hiding spot. Oh, I've got a million hiding spots, I guess, because I have all kinds of shit I can't find. But I don't have a designated hiding spot. Yeah, he hides it. Also saying he hides the gifts. I don't hide gifts. I don't hide anything.
I just don't buy stuff for people. So
I'll never find it. I'm telling you, if I hide it, it's hid forever.
So it's just gone.
Yeah.
It's not hiding, it's gone.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's gone.
I don't buy stuff for people.
Yeah, but Producer Gerald's a better person than you. Yeah, he does buy stuff for me.
Oh, that's nice. You didn't buy me anything, fucker.
You live in New York.
So, mail that shit to me. What the fuck?
Have you seen shipping costs?
Fuck.
Outrageous.
Then you don't really care about me in the way you say you do.
The real criminal here is the U.S. Postal Service.
No. I would tell you. You need to ask me. You need to ask me. You never even tried to ask me. You don't care about me. It's fine.
Hey, I sent you a deal yesterday of something you could buy yourself.
You did, but it was something that I didn't necessarily want, and you kind of knew that.
You should have bought it.
There's not one within 50 miles of me.
Oh, you don't have a Best Buy close?
Not one that has that in stock.
You can order it online.
I'm not doing all that.
And then ship it to the store and then pick it up.
Not for that.
They had Starlink for the Switch for $6. That's what we're talking about. I don't know if it's still that price, but Best Buy did.
Yeah, it's not.
The game's got like a high 70 something on Metacritic.
Cool. Death Stranding has a really high one. I have no desire to play that.
I'd like to play that too. I've got all kinds of Starlink shit. I need to play it.
I'm actually in a rough place with gaming right now. There's not a whole lot that I'm
That's why you're so aggressive about that deal I sent you right there.
Balls deep into wanting to play. So
I've been playing some Wreckfest with friend of the show, Marshall 205. I told you this yesterday. It's not great. It's fun though. It's a good fun time. Yeah, Starlink is
fun
still
game with friends.
Still $6, which tells me that it'll probably be $6 when you listen to this because the new sales start on Sunday. So this is probably a permanent drop. Wreckfest is a good silly time with somebody, and when you don't have somebody, it's a good game to put a podcast on with. You don't need the engine audio or anything like that. I've already turned the music off, so I could just pop on a podcast, keep the engine audio low, and just kind of relax. It's good for that.
So is it going to be an easy platinum?
Yes, it's a pretty easy platinum. I don't look like I'm getting anywhere close when you look at the trophies, but it's actually not bad at all. The hardest thing is probably to get 20 online wins, and you can boost it. So
with you and a buddy.
Yeah, we've done it already.
Yeah.
Like that's Deathloop right there.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's a crazy like destruction derby, destruction racing type game. The goal is not to come out and drive clean; it's to wreck everybody and everything. Like that's a typical race right there. That's not like them exaggerating for this trailer we're watching. Like everything gets demolished. There's many races I've done where you start with 24 people, and at the end of the race, you have 2 laps to do by yourself because everyone else is wrecked out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it is something else. I think it's like $30, and I've had $30 worth of fun out of it already. I don't think I would have liked it for $60, but I think that's a pretty good price. If you can hold off and get it for $20, I think even better.
Yeah, that's probably one I'm not going to end up with ever.
Yeah. Well, the neat thing about it over some of the other driving games is it's very self-aware. It's not a situation where you're like, oh, I'm a great driver, so I'll be good. It's not set up the way. It's not designed that way. It's supposed to be chaos all the time.
Gotcha.
But it's not fast like a Onrush or one of those games where everything's a million miles an hour. Like, it feels manageable. But it is a wild time. But I've been playing a lot of that. Still chugging through Rocket League. I will say you haven't been on much, and friend of the show, Marshall205, now hates Rocket League because they took away his crates. So, and friend of the show, Pat Man, hasn't been playing. He's been hunting those monsters. So I've been playing Rocket League with strangers.
How's that going for you?
It's okay, you know. Again, I like to put a podcast on and just relax.
Yeah, I think I did that a couple times. I got on for just a little bit of time and played Rocket League. Other than that, most of my gaming, I've done very little gaming, actually. Actually, probably in the last 2-3 weeks. I played some, what I played the most is probably Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart for the Switch. And I've been messing around with that, playing with that. I enjoy that. That's a good time.
Yeah, we need to play that together sometime.
We do. Pat Man said something about it last night, too, friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show, Pat Man.
That we need to get a night figured out to do that. No, mostly, I think I've talked about it before on here. I kind of go through phases. There's no games I'm really excited about. I don't just game to game. Because there's a bunch of things in the world that I am excited about. So after watching The Mandalorian and seeing The Rise of Skywalker and all that, I've just kind of been catching up on some Star Wars stuff on Disney Plus that I haven't caught all of in the past. So I've been basically speed running through Rebels at this point. I think I got like 10 episodes left of that. And then I'm probably going to start the Clone Wars, which is another 6-7 seasons. So,
did you finish Jedi?
I did finish Jedi,
the game.
I did finish Fallen Order.
For those confused, I couldn't think of the rest of it, so I didn't say it.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, Star Wars
Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. Yeah.
Yes, I did finish it.
Now, producer Gerald's got wheels pulled up for Switches. I didn't realize they made actual racing wheels.
I did not either, but I don't know that I need one.
Looks like Hori makes them. No, there's no way I have space for that. I don't like that one as much as the first one you pulled up. The first one you pulled up looked fancy. That one looks cheap. Yeah, that one looks nice right there.
It does look nice.
Yeah, that's a good looking wheel, but I would literally use it for that game only.
Right.
Mario Kart's excellent. We've talked multiple times about just doing a Mario Kart night, like weekly.
Yes.
See, I wish we did that. I wish that every week we had 3 nights a week where we knew what we were going to play ahead of time. And if you want to get on and play that game, then you do. And if you don't, you don't.
I mean, we could do that.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. Every time we do, everybody's like, hell yeah, and then we never do.
Yeah, we probably should just get that started.
Like, I would like to have, like, a VR night where people are in VR. I'd like to have, like, we could do an Anthem night, a Rocket League night. Gerald's got Minecraft pulled up, but I would like to do that because everyone complains that we always end up playing Rocket League, but it's because everybody gets on and is like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? And then we all end up in Rocket League.
Truth.
But I like the idea of designated nights.
Yeah, like Mario Kart Monday or something.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. You know, like if you could still play whatever the fuck you want, you're grown. But if you get on and play with everybody else, they're playing Minecraft or they're playing Mario Kart, or they're playing Anthem. Gerald's got Farm Together pulled up. I would love a Farm Together night. I played with producer Gerald. We played some Farm Together.
Yes, you guys did.
Helped him get a couple trophies that were easy to obtain on my farm right now. And I've still been plugging away at that game too. They don't have any events going right now. I got tired right now. I slept like crap. I slept like crap last night.
I'm sorry.
If we have anybody that listens that owns a mattress store or works at a mattress manufacturer, I'm open to sponsorships. So is my back. Because it is time. I really think I'm going to get a purple.
You decided on purple? I thought you were going with Puffy.
No, I think I'm going to go purple. Puffy's just a memory foam bed, which is fine. But I toss and turn a lot, so memory foam's not necessarily good for heavy movers. Right. But if you're listening and you have a purple mattress, let me know what you think of that, because I'm pretty well feel like that's what I'm going to go. I tried the Sleep Number out, because that's what I have always wanted. Mm-hmm. It felt way more gimmicky than I thought that it was going to. Out of all the places I went and looked at mattresses, that's the place that gave me what you think of when you're looking at mattresses. She gave me the hard press.
The hard press? What do you mean the hard press?
Like when I walked in, she was like I had a foot through the door, and she was like, "When can we?"
Hi, how are you today? What are you looking for? What can I do for you?
It was nonstop, and I was very irritated with her, and I think she knew that. She was like, "You can come back here and get your Sleep Number." I was like, "No. I've been here for 10 seconds. Right now, I'm going to walk around the store." Okay, that's perfectly fine. Let me tell you what we have going on right now. Nope. Right now, I'm going to walk around the store. Because nothing you tell me is going to matter if I don't see anything I like.
Right.
And I mean, I get it. She was doing her job, but I didn't care for the way she was doing it, and I'm sure that's how she was trained. I went to like 10 mattress stores that day, and I got that nowhere else. So I don't think that's not the norm anymore.
No, it's not. It's not at furniture stores either, really.
Yeah, they're getting away from that because people think that's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
They do like a creepy stalker thing now when you go into a furniture store. Like, you need anything? You're like, nope. They're like, well, I'll just be waiting in the shadows.
Yeah, they do that.
You just throw your hands up, and they stay a good 30 feet away from you, and you can look in peace. And if you walk out the door, they never address you again.
Right.
I can handle that. She could have done that.
Perfect. Well, I think people are getting, there was a time before internet, social media, all that, online shopping, where you went in and you were susceptible to those pushy sales techniques. Mm-hmm. And I mean, there's so much information out there now that's a salesman would be like, yeah, and it does this, and you're like, yeah, no, it does two of those things that you just mentioned, because I've done the research, I've read the reviews, and they know that they're going to lose you if they just keep, pushing. So,
consumers are the most educated they've ever been right now.
Oh, without a doubt,
and that'll continue to increase every year, because the access to information is at an all-time high. But there's a place, it's like Mattress Express or something. There's a place here in town that sells purple, because purple's predominantly sold online. Mm-hmm. But they have them. I walked in expecting the worst, and the guy was sitting at a desk. He goes, "Hey, how are you doing?" I said, "Good." He goes, "Anything I can help you with?" I said, "I just want to check out the purple." He said, "They're all the way in the back."
And that was it.
That's it. And then when I was leaving, he said, "You find everything you were looking for?" I said, "Sure did." He goes, "Have a good one."
Perfect.
It was great. Probably he's hourly. He didn't give a shit whether I bought the mattress or not. Right. I didn't give a shit whether he helped me or not. If I needed something, I knew where he was at.
Yep.
It's great. It was a great experience. Now, a lot of people probably tell you that's a bad experience.
No, I don't think so. I think most people would be okay with that. I guess the problem is if you do have a question, or you're looking for an answer, someone to ask for an answer when they're not around, and that's Best Buy kills me with this. I don't get it. If I'm just in there wandering around browsing, I swear to God, I'm like, there's like blood in the water. Sharks are all over me. Second I need some help, I can't find a soul.
I agree with that, but I think that Best Buy does something sneaky where when they can tell that you're good, they ask you. Like, there's a walk about you when you're like, you know what you're doing in there. And when they see that, they're like, hey, can I help you with anything? Because they're basically like, how's your day? They don't give a shit what you say because they know that you're good already.
Right. Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing there. I don't think they're as helpful as they seem because it happens here, too. I think that's a training thing. But if you need help, if you look lost, it's like a ghost town in there.
Yeah.
I have a question about something in video games. I'm in printers trying to find a guy.
Right, exactly. I was just going to say, if I got a question about a TV, I got to go all the way over to car audio. What's up with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the vacuum cleaner section asking about something for the smart home. And you know what he does? He goes, hold on, let me get you somebody.
Yep.
Because they still use those in-ear walkies like their Secret Service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to Best Buy. And a match.
Still one of my favorite stores.
I like Best Buy. So let me know if you sleep on a mattress. If you sleep on I'm not trying to spend $8,000, $8,000 or something like that. But if you have a nice mattress, let me know what you use. There's a million out there.
There's a lot out there.
Yeah, let me know if you use something that you like that's not outrageous. I don't mind spending money on an okay mattress, but I'm not going crazy. The lady at Sleep Number informed me they had beds that started at $3,000 and went to $12,000.
Wow. Not needing any of that.
So you know what I did? I said, do you have the $12,000 one?
You went and lay it on it?
I just want to get some eyes on that thing, see what I'm looking at. She said no. Why would you tell me about it then?
All right.
It's not an option for me, it doesn't sound like. I just wanted to see it. I've thought about Casper. Casper's kind of expensive.
Casper is expensive. Helix is expensive.
Yeah, there's Nectar. Purple. Purple's expensive too. Puffy is reasonably priced and they run a lot of sales. I like the idea of buying online and it showing up in a box. I will tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's convenient. Of course,
I could work with that.
I'd like someone to come get my old one too. So this is the mattress cast.
Woo! I'm not going to be part of that. I'm not that into mattresses.
You could be though. You weren't that into video games at one point, and now look.
No, that's not true.
Before you played your first one, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember what the first game you ever played was?
Combat for the Atari.
Is it at a friend's house or your house?
My house. Got one for Christmas and it came with Combat.
And you had
Well, actually, I guess it would be the wooden Pong machine.
So did you ask for the Atari or was that just something they just...
I asked for the Atari.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I don't know what the first game I would have played.
I got it in 1982.
I don't know what the first game I would have played is.
I think that's right. 82.
See when the 2600 came out, Gerald?
I think we'd have been living in... Yeah, because I think I was living on Norway Road at that point. So I'm pretty sure it would have been 82. It might have been 83. I think it was 82.
I'm amazed by people who can just do that. Yeah, that checks out. It came out in 77.
Oh, it came out that early, huh?
So, I mean, you could have easily been playing it in 82.
82 I was playing. It would have been 82 then because I was.
Was it a 2600?
Yeah.
Okay.
It came with Combat.
Combat sucks too.
Combat does suck.
Everything on the Atari pretty well sucks.
But it was good at the time. Well, even Combat wasn't good at the time. But
I like Circus. That's a Atari favorite of mine.
Circus is a fun. I enjoyed Kangaroo.
Yeah, we've talked about the Kangaroo before.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Kangaroo. And of course I like Defender.
Yeah, the Atari games, I know we've said this a million times, they don't hold up.
Nope.
There is a thing where you can go too far back.
And that's one of them.
You know how people like old cars, but people aren't collecting like horse and buggy? Like, you can't go too far back. there is a limit to where you're like, hey, we went so far back, it's not cool anymore.
Yep, and honestly, if it wasn't for the fact of the controls, I think it might be more enjoyable. But man, you cannot play with that fucking joystick anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not the best way to play a thing.
Not anymore.
So
it takes like 3 days for what you do on the joystick to happen on the screen.
Yeah. I do miss... Can you click back on that picture you just had up with all the cases? I do miss... look at that. Look how like bright and vibrant and all those pictures, the art and stuff was. I miss that.
Yeah. Well, Atlantis, that was a good one too. That was basically Defender, but...
Dude, they're so misleading too, those cases.
How so? Oh, because of how they make it look like what you can do?
Because they look great, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all of those look great, and I know all of those are shitty.
All of those are shitty.
Did you see? Look at Gorf. Did you see E.T. back there? You know it sucks.
Yeah. Demon Attack. I enjoyed that game.
Yeah. I think I ever played Demon Attack.
There's some...
Fishing Derby. Fishing Derby sounds like right up my alley.
Probably not on the Atari 2600.
Catching like a 20-foot shark in that picture.
It was Montezuma's Revenge.
That's been kicking around for a long time. Jungle Hunt.
Yeah.
Kaboom. I don't know. I just, like, if you put today's cases in a stack like that, they just don't look as...
No, they don't.
They all look like what they actually are, and that's how they look. And
game cases?
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you look at Uncharted, you get a pretty good idea of what that is. That's what it looks like.
Oh, that's true.
These are, like, crazy over the top. Man, look at that garbage-ass E.T.
Mm-hmm. It is garbage.
Was that pole position?
Pole position.
Pole position's excellent. That might be the best Atari game.
Pole position?
Let's see, what do people like? Barnstormer? That's a popular one.
Barnstormer was a lot of fun.
Barnstormer's a really popular one.
I enjoyed Barnstormer. I had Barnstormer.
Qbert. What do you think? You think maybe Barnstormer's the best?
I really enjoyed Barnstormer. I couldn't tell you, honestly. I mean, at the time, I enjoyed them all because I was 7.
30 best games for Atari. I don't care about that whole list. See what number 1 is.
Do they list them that way?
Pitfall. That probably makes sense.
Pitfall was a good game.
Yeah, that probably makes
that
sense.
does make sense.
I thought this was going to be one of those sites where you start at number 30 and you had to click through a slideshow. Oh,
I hate those.
I do too, because they have all these like sneaky buttons that aren't really next, that say next on them.
I want to just scroll down.
Yeah, you have to locate the actual real button.
And actually, a lot of websites have gotten better about that too.
How did we forget Pitfall?
I don't know. I had actually thought of Pitfall. But I couldn't remember the name of it because I had Jungle Hunt stuck in my head.
Shout out to Jungle Hunt.
When I saw Jungle Hunt, it made me think of Pitfall. And then I was like, fuck, what's it called? Fuck, you're Harry. Your name's Harry. I know that.
That makes me think of Harry and the Hendersons. Great movie.
That's a classic movie.
That movie's still good, I think.
Ooh, I don't know if the effects hold up.
I haven't seen it in forever, but in my mind, that movie's still good.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how nostalgia works.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch it ever again and taint that. Because I'm in a good place with it now. We should tell you, and we should also get rolling. Don't worry, the news sucks this week. You can support us over at patreon.com/Gamestitch if you want to do that. If you don't want to do that, that's absolutely fine. Let your mail carrier know about us, though. You know, not the
your UPS guy, your Amazon driver,
the actual USPS.
All of them. No, all of them.
All postal carriers. DHL.
Yep.
Also known as drug dealers, because no one uses DHL.
DHL carriers.
I don't even know how they stay in business.
I don't know. Maybe it's that cool logo.
It's not even cool. The vans are yellow. Brown is better than yellow.
That depends on the yellow.
Well, UPS has made brown cool, though. Like they've leaned into it.
Okay, I'm not sure that UPS has made brown cool. I would say they might have made it more recognizable and acceptable. I don't know that cool is cool. I'm not going with cool.
If I was listing colors and you had to tell me the first thing that popped in your mind and I said brown, would you say shit?
Yeah.
No, see, that's the problem with brown. It's forever attached to shit.
To shit, yeah, because shit's brown.
It
mostly.
is. It should be, I think.
Sometimes it's green, sometimes it's red, but...
Ooh, I don't think it should ever be red. I'm not a physician, though.
It shouldn't be, but that doesn't mean it isn't.
Shouldn't be black. Shouldn't look like motor oil, probably. I don't know. Shouldn't look like 5W30. But don't search for anything poop. Don't do that. I don't need that in my life. But yeah, thanks.
Different color poop. Don't go images. Don't go images, please.
Thanks for supporting us over there for the ones that do. Like we said, if you can't support us, just let somebody know about the show. Episode 364. That means next week you could listen to a different show every day for a year.
Every day for a year.
So we're excited about that milestone. We're not doing anything special for it, but it's happening. This show posts every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time on services around the world. I don't think you have any problem finding it because you're listening now. But if there's a service we're not on that you'd like us to be on, let us know, and we'll see what we can do about that. It's all the housekeeping. It's all the chit-chat. It's all the banter.
That's it?
Maybe it's not all the banter. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. There could be some more that pops up. Let's start with the release dates for games in January. This is a hefty list.
Yeah, a lot going on this month.
7 games coming out. First, we have Monster Hunter World Iceborne for the PC on January 9th. Then January 17th, we get 2 games. We get Dragon Ball Z, what is that, Kakarot? Kakarot. Rarat or Kakarot?
Kakarot.
I said it the same way twice. Kakarot. Gerald knows Dragon Ball.
Fair enough.
PS4, Xbox One, PC, that's coming out on the 17th. We also get Tokyo Mirage Sessions, #FE Encore. I don't know if that's FE or just FE, but that's coming out for the Switch also on the 17th. And on the 23rd, we get 2 more games, Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD for the Switch, and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners for the PC. On January 28th, it's the final 2 games of the month. In which we'll be getting Journey to the Savage Planet for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and Warcraft 3 Reforged for the PC. So, yeah. That's a list
January
of games.
2020 in a nutshell.
I like it. I like that nothing's coming out.
That it's short? Oh,
it's
why?
short,
Because that means you don't have to spend any money?
It's not about the money. It's like I'm playing a lot of games right now. I mean, we're just talking about putting nights together. Like, I don't know that I have time to just embark on a journey,
That's fair enough.
I started playing, I forgot this in the early, I'm just going to backtrack a little bit, which is fitting, because I started playing Groundhog Day, like father, like son in PSVR.
Uh-huh.
And it's exactly what it sounds like. You are the son of Phil.
Figured that.
Yeah, you're Phil Jr. And you are reliving the same day. And you have to do everything right to presumably get out of the day.
Ah.
And it's kind of neat. It's got some major issues, but it's kind of neat. And probably played for 2 hours. So I'm not terribly far into it, but so far my problem is, you don't know what to do until you do it a lot of times, and then that may create a whole nother scene, and you have no idea what to do there. It does let you kind of jump back to the last scene that you did correctly, if you want to do that. And what I was worried about is, like, I don't want to hear them say the same thing 15,000 times. Mm-hmm. But the game does a kind of a neat job. There's 4 or 5 dialogue options for each thing. And then at that point, you're almost like, yeah, I know this doesn't make any sense to you, but I already know what you're going to say. And they're like, what? And you're like, don't worry about it. So it kind of finds creative ways to get you through the conversations if you've already done them a million times and you're just trying to figure it out. It's a lot of, like you've got to make breakfast at one point. So it's a lot of cracking eggs and putting bacon in the pan and pouring orange juice and putting stuff in a blender and popping toast down. And I got to open a window so a snowball doesn't crash through it. It's a lot of timing stuff. But that game seems all right. Like I said, it's kind of buggy. It's got some issues. I've had it freeze up once where a character was still talking, but also another version of that character was doing something else, so there was two of them. And it's not part of the storyline. But it's okay. I wanted to play something in VR. I thought that would be something fun to play, and I think it was like $20, so I might have overpaid.
Sounds like it. I have no interest in that.
But we'll see. I like Groundhog Day. I like that movie.
Okay.
It's an okay movie. See, that's where you make breakfast right there.
Ah, I see.
So everything's easy to grab. So yeah, I played that too. Trying to get back into getting my lazy ass up to set up the VR, yeah. Then we'll jump to the PlayStation Plus games for each console. We'll start with PlayStation.
Wait.
What's that?
Why do we have PlayStation Plus games for each console?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what you said.
I meant we'll start with the free games. You know what I meant. Don't be an asshole. You know what I meant.
I know. I just want to do my Bill Belichick impression.
We'll start with the free games for each console for January 2020. Starting with PlayStation, they'll be available January 6th, and you'll get the Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, and Goat Simulator.
You excited?
It'll be cool to have the Uncharteds, I guess. I'm not going to play them again. That's Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 on that collection. I'll fuck around with Goat Simulator. I'll fuck with that, as the kids say.
I'd have to check out the Nate Drake collection. I wonder if it's all brand new trophies. If it is, I might play through it.
Yeah, I do believe it's separate trophies.
So I might play through them again.
Yeah, I'll play around in Goat Simulator. I think the Uncharted collection's a great get if you don't have it, but that game has also been like $6 before.
Yeah. It's not a great deal. You're not, but it's, if you don't have them, you definitely pick it up. It's awesome for you.
If you don't have them, there's probably never been a better value on PlayStation Plus ever if you've never played those three games.
Right.
So
Goat Simulator, I just don't think is probably going to be one I want to waste my time on. So
I think that's what it is. It's just a big time waste.
Yeah, and I don't really have the interest in that. So, Xbox One's free games with gold for January 2020. January 1st to the 31st, we have Styx, Shards of Darkness. January 16th through February 15th, we have Batman, the Telltale series. January 1st through 15th is Tekken 6. And January 16th through the 31st is Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. So big day, big month there.
I mean, Batman Telltale's cool, probably.
It is a good game, but I played it, and
Yep. They said it does $64.96 worth of video games.
Maybe.
Okay, right.
Sure.
It's not necessarily about the value. It's about like my personal value, and Styx is not it.
Right. I mean, Styx is a good game if you're into that, but it's also like 2 years old.
And I think
3 years old,
already given
something
it
like
away
that.
once too.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't care for either one of these lists. I think the Uncharted collection is great, but most people who have PlayStation Plus, I bet, have played those games.
Probably.
So those are the free list. I got two kind of fun stories next that tie together.
I like these stories.
Unless you've been living under a rock, you probably understand that people everywhere are talking about The Witcher again, because of Netflix's Witcher show that the first season was released for, and it's caused some cool things. And you know what's weird is when everyone was talking about the show coming out or about to come out or whatever, it never dawned on me that it would have an impact on the game.
Yeah, it didn't me either.
So a lot of this, I was like, that makes total sense now when I think about it. But for some reason,
yeah,
I was like, I never thought it would impact the game in any way. But kind of like I said, two fun stories. So the first one is somebody on the PC side of The Witcher 3 has modded in Toss a Coin to Your Witcher that actually plays in a cutscene.
And it is the most catchy tune of 2019, let me tell you.
It is very catchy.
Have you listened to it?
Yeah, I watched the first season. I watched all of them.
Oh, did you watch all of it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Wow.
But as someone who's not invested in The Witcher, I thought the show was fine. I liked it as much as I like anything like that. So that wasn't me being negative about it. That's not my thing, really. But I thought it was okay. But that song has been in my head ever since. It's a good song, so they have patched. Plenty. Yeah, they've patched it in. It plays during a cutscene. I watched the cutscene. It's pretty cool. And let me find. I wanted Hubert Wizza's mod from Nexus Mods. That's where it comes from. I don't know anything about mods or PCs, so if you go there and get a porn virus, that's not my fault. But I wanted to give a shout out to the person who has done this because I think it's pretty cool.
Yep, I binge watch The Witcher.
I watched it over 3 days,
and I watched it over 2, I think, and I loved it. Of course, it's more in line with my taste than it is yours. I get that. But I think Netflix has actually said that it's, without giving out numbers, that it's the most watched show they put out all year.
I think they said it was their fastest, most watched show.
Yeah.
So I think it has to do with the time frame.
Yeah, it could be. But I really liked it.
But it did pass.
It was amazing.
It did become the most watched, it's currently the most watched show, which changes throughout the year, obviously, but Stranger Things had held on that for quite a while.
Right.
So I think it's pretty good. I don't love his Henry Cavill's voice that he does, which is how it's supposed to sound.
Right.
But I don't love it.
A lot of drinking games can be made out of The Witcher.
I do like Yennefer, though.
Yeah?
I'm a fan of hers. I like her attitude. But, yeah, so that's neat. The other thing, and I guess this is what we both should have seen coming the most, is that this led to the most concurrent players on Steam playing The Witcher 3 ever.
Yeah, it didn't even occur to me to think this way.
You know who it did occur to, though? CD Projekt Red, because the game is on sale on all platforms.
Right.
Like they knew this was going to happen. It's on sale. The complete edition on PS4 right now is $15 with all the DLC and everything.
All the DLC and all that, yep.
It's on sale on Xbox. It's on sale on Switch. It's on sale on PC. I mean, it's like they knew this was going to happen.
Yeah. Like they saw it coming.
Yeah, so it actually passed its original most concurrent, which came pretty close to launch on Steam, and it's 94,651. Its previous record was 93,835 concurrent players.
That's not quite Fortnite numbers, but ain't nothing to shake a stick at.
Okay, what I just told you is a total lie. So Sunday, December 29th, they have 93,835. December 30th, they had 94,651. That's just them showing that it's not a fluke.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
Steam also indicated that the Witcher 3 was also one of its best-selling open-world RPGs in all of 2019.
Amazing.
It's funny. Should have seen it coming, I guess.
And here's the thing is, I know we've talked about it before, and you particularly have talked about how you don't need all this extra stuff for your games.
Yeah.
But from a business standpoint, that's why these things happen.
I get why they happen. I like to let things be, but this was already not a thing that let things be because it's a book.
Right.
So it's novels adapted to a video game, and then novels adapted to a television show.
What's interesting, I think it'd be interesting to see what those people who weren't familiar with the game and watched the show thought of the game, because the show is actually based off of the books, not the game.
But the games are also based off the books.
They are, but they've
gone their own
sequels to the books. So there's stuff going on in the games that you might not have a reference for.
Yeah.
By the way, how long did it take you to figure out the timelines?
So I'd heard someone say before I started watching that you have to pay attention because it jumps around.
I think that was me.
It could have been. So when I started watching, I assumed when the cuts were happening that it probably wasn't one continuous timeline. But okay. I will say it was pretty deep in before you really get, like, in my mind, I could actually establish that timeline.
So probably, let's see, when he calls out Law Surprise at the ball?
Yeah, it's real noticeable.
When you were able to put it together?
Yeah, it's real noticeable. Well, before that, it's real noticeable because someone's alive that wasn't alive.
Right.
So you obviously know something's wrong with the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But in the back of my mind, I guess I'd always known that it was jumping around. I just wasn't sure how it all fit together.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know that I love the way that they did that, but I guess it was a fun way to do it, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, I thought it was. What I like about The Witchers, I think it's even though it's like an action fantasy series, I think it's very self-aware of what it is. And it doesn't take itself too seriously. Like, the whole point of Geralt being the way he is that it's almost like an overplay of that typical character.
Yeah, he knows he knows he's an asshole.
Right.
Like he gets it. I think everyone in that show is pretty self-aware.
Yeah.
And I haven't read the books, but I assume that that's coming from that. But, you know, they even make some comments sometimes about themselves where you can tell they get it.
Right.
But yeah, it's. I thought it was okay. Like I said, I didn't.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it.
I didn't fall asleep when I watched it, which says a lot, probably, because I sleep during everything.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. That and The Mandalorian, I think, are my two favorite shows this year.
So
they both came out at the end of the year.
Shout out to Netflix and The Witcher and Henry Cavill and whoever plays Yennefer. I don't know who it is, but I do like her a lot. And then shout out to CD Projekt Red for seeing what we didn't see and should have seen.
I don't know how I missed it. I don't know how we missed it.
I have a Witcher keychain, a Witcher coin, and a Witcher necklace art book thing. Now would be a good time for me to locate that stuff.
Yeah.
It would fetch a
pretty penny.
A pretty penny on the marketplace right now. Our last story, Untitled Goose Game, has honked its way to a huge milestone. I don't usually read the article titles, but I kind of like that one. The indie hit Untitled Goose Game has crossed 1 million copies sold, which is pretty cool. It's just a couple weeks after it hit PS4 and Xbox One. It is available on Game Pass. We know from the past that Game Pass numbers are not calculated in this, so it's likely been played many more times than sold. But it's pretty cool to see a little game like that go past 1 million copies.
Yeah, it kind of took the world by storm.
It did. It's the damn honking goose. People are into the honk. It is a meme generator.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people have seen and used that goose that don't know what it's from.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to find out.
It's probably a lot. It's just a goose, and they're like, I don't know what that goose is from, but that's a good meme, and they use it. So, that's it for the news.
Yeah.
I told you guys it wasn't good.
It wasn't.
I knew we were in a pickle when I pulled the new releases. That's when I first knew we found ourselves in a little bit of a pickle. When there were 7 games coming out.
I can,
Mm-hmm.
I see it. I do.
And then a lot of the sites that I went to, it's just them talking about the difference between the Witcher games and the Witcher show and the Witcher novels. And here's our, every comparison
games
possible.
of the decade. Here's our...
Yeah, that shit exists too.
Well, we did it.
Yeah, but we're okay.
Oh, got it.
I like
publications aren't.
Yeah, I like us. Unless they're thinking about investing, in which case get at us. Especially if you sell mattresses also. Can't stress that enough.
You could just buy us if you want.
Yeah, we're not for sale, but we're not for sale.
Right.
You know, wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah. So that's it for the news. Now, before we move on to the shout-outs, we did solicit your games of the decade or games of the year if you wanted to send them to us. I did get one from friend of the show, Matt. And I thought what he did was pretty interesting. He did games of the decade, but he did a different game for each year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which is a fun little play on how to do it.
Yeah.
Starting in 2010 with StarCraft 2. Catherine in 2011. Diablo 3 in 2012. GTA Online in 2013. PT in 2014. Metal Gear Solid 5 in 2015. Doom in 2016. Yakuza Kiwami in 2017. God of War in 2018, and Death Stranding in 2019. Which I thought it was a fun way to do a list.
It was. It's definitely a very friend of the show Matt list.
It is. It was some of that little predictable. It seems more stressful to have to do the list that way.
Oh yeah, for me definitely. It would have been.
But I thought it was a playful, fun way to do that. So.
Yeah, definitely a very different way to do it.
Remember,
Thanks,
we gave you 2 weeks, so you have next week's show as well. Game of the year or games of the decade. If you don't get them in past that, you know, you're what the kids call SOL.
Yeah, it's game over, man.
Let's see what the little video game tie-in.
And aliens.
I feel like more people got the game reference.
Nope.
Yeah, on a game show.
Here's the thing: is I don't think people who listen to us listen. I think we have a pretty culture savvy.
You're being way too generous right now.
So I figured out. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about our listener base.
Yeah, I know.
I know you don't have any culture savvy.
You're being way too generous with them.
I think they do. So, and you know what?
Gerald also made it a video game reference. Just saying.
You didn't, Gerald. You didn't get the aliens reference. Wow.
66%. Yep, 66% of the show didn't get it.
I'm dumbfounded. I am dumbfounded.
I've never wished we were recording Gerald's audio more than right then when he timed that super well placed. Sorry, it sounded really genuine.
Because he's not sorry. Okay, either way it works, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah, just take the win. It was a good video game reference.
All right, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, it was also a good aliens reference. So
Never heard
take
of
that loss as well.
That's it though. That's it for the list. Like we said, you got next week too. If you want to send them in, if you don't want to send them in, then that's fine too. Whatever, whatever. Do what you want. You're grown. And that moves us on to shout outs. Remember, if you want to shout out, head over to patreon.com/GameStitch and support us at the $10 tier or higher. Just like Zach and Thomas did. Now, I assume they've both been very busy. We know what Thomas is doing.
Yes, we do.
We know that Thomas will be busy for years to come now.
Yeah.
And we'll just keep his
ever.
Yeah, we'll just keep his short and sweet. We hope all is well with him and the family. That everybody's healthy and the first holiday and everything was awesome. So I just hope everything is going good for theirs. Send me an update, Thomas. Let me know how everybody is. Zach, though, we're going to get Zach to send some well wishes to everybody in 2020. And also letting everybody know, take advantage of that Starlink for Switch for $6 that Dan's shitting on. That's his other shout out. It's a good deal.
Why do I have to be shitting on it just because I'm not into it?
Have you been to America? That's what we do.
Oh, fair enough.
If you're not with us, you're against us.
Yeah. It's no lies there. No lies there.
I do suggest you buy the Switch version of that game if you're interested, because there's some cool Star Fox tie-ins. So all versions are $6. I keep saying Switch because I think that's the one that people should buy. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
That's a whole show right there we just did.
Well, that's it. Oof.
An entire show.
What a way to start off the year. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, first one. 2020. I should have been listening.
You're bored.
I should have been listening earlier. I could have thought of a title. I was sitting here thinking I don't have a title. So maybe it'll come to me.
It may.
Could just be toss a coin to your Witcher so we could scoop up some of the clickbait.
Maybe.
You know, I'm not against getting some clickbait because what they're going to do is go to YouTube, they're going to type that in, and bam, show in their face.
There you go.
Yep.
Fix. Problem solved.
Put a nice picture of Yennefer on the front.
Mm.
Toss a coin to your Witcher is the episode title. Boom, Witcher cast up and going.
That's game over. Yep.
It's a good video game and Aliens reference.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these.
That's right.
What's her name? Do you have a name for her so I don't have to be calling her by her stage name?
I'm sure she does.
Can't see that. Can you see that, Dan?
Nope. Anya Chedra? Anya Shalatra.
Anya Cilantro.
Not cilantro. No. That's a spice. That's not it.
Shout out to her. We pretty much said her name wrong, but shout out to her. And everybody in that show is good, but I'm a big fan of hers. So, yeah, watch The Witcher. Play The Witcher. Don't play Gwent on the console because they shut that down.
Mm-hmm.
But you can play on the PC still.
They did. They shut it down.
Yeah, they sure did. And that's going to do it for us. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Good night.
Good night.